Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking you through a ab workout to help target your core. I do want to make a quick disclaimer that you cannot spot reduce body fat. So this workout will be focused on basically improving your core strength and helping to really shape your core along the way. If you need some help with tips on body fat and how to lose body fat, be sure to check out my last video, 5 different ways to improve your body fat. So as you can see, there were some modifications for these knee tucks. I am also going to give you a modification for the reverse crunch. When you are doing these movements, you want to make sure that you are exhaling as you are raising your legs up towards the sky and exhaling as you are bringing your legs down. So the goal is to keep your core really engaged. When you are lying flat on the ground, you want to make sure that your lower back is touching the floor at all times. You don't want to arch your back. You don't want to be able to slide anything underneath your low back. Keep it flat and smushed straight to the ground. Going into these Supermans, so your core is not just your six-pack. Your core is your obliques, your transverse abdominis, it is your glutes. So whenever we are training core, I like to focus on it as a whole and not just your abs. I also like to focus on the low back, your erectors, your glutes. So that is what those Supermans are going to be helping with. These full side planks are awesome. They are very challenging, especially if you are just on one arm. They do require a good bit of balance. I like to take a staggered stance. You can modify this by going to your elbow, and you can also always drop down to your knees if you need to. This staggered stance will help a ton with your balance though. It can also help to just stare at a point on the floor or one point on the wall out in front of you so you can kind of remain focused. Next, moving into this dynamic side plank, I like to keep a staggered stance with this as well. You're going to focus on rotating your hips, your core, your upper body as one. So this was really challenging for me. I would have liked to move a little bit slower, but the goal is to move your whole body as a unit and keep that core really engaged. This is a great overall movement for your core. And going into these single leg glute bridge holds. So you're going to be holding 1 minute per side, squeezing the glutes, making sure that you are engaging your core, using those exhales to stay nice and strong. Like I said, the core is not just your six pack. It is also your erectors, your low back, your glutes. So it's super important to make sure that we are hitting those as well. When these start to burn, you just have to think happy thoughts. Go to that happy place. And now we are going into a tabletop glute bridge. So you want to make sure that you are pushing your hips all the way up, squeezing your glutes, squeezing your core, staying very engaged, exhaling at the top, holding it for a second, get that good mind to muscle connection, and make sure your elbows are staying nice and locked out. These will creep up on you. They sure will creep up on you. One of my personal favorites, alternating shoulder taps to raise. So when it comes to shoulder taps, you want to make sure you have a nice wide stance with your feet so you're nice and stable. And the goal is to not move your hips or shift your hips a lot. You want to keep your core stable as one unit once again. And finally, going into some flutter kicks, finishing with 30 reps all at once, burning out. You'll run through this one more time. I hope you guys enjoy.